Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special edition tonight. I'm so excited to have Tracie Fujikane here with us, our 3-star crown who's been with Purium for over 10 years. She got you prepared last week. I wasn't here. Amelia hosted, and she got you prepared for tonight. So hopefully you all came prepared. An email went out telling you what to do to get started. And I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to turn it on over to Tracie, who is absolutely amazing. When she talks, you listen. I mean, it's just incredible. The vision she has for Purium, the vision she has to share with you. And Tracie, thanks for doing this tonight for us. We're so excited. And I'm just going to turn it all over to you now.
Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thanks for coming on to say hi to everyone. I know everyone would totally have missed you because this is your spot. So thanks for sharing your spot with us tonight and letting us have this shared experience. And I did see that there's a question in the chat that's really for you, which is, are we announcing the hashtag winners? Oh, hold on.
I'm going to announce them next Monday, but we are going to be rewarding the points by end of day tomorrow. So there will be a collage up on the What's Important Now page. You'll see your points increased by the 500, but I didn't want to take away any time tonight from Tracie. So that'll be happening in the background and then announced next week. Thanks, Tracie.
Thanks so much, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. And aloha and welcome. And I know this is being live streamed in the group, but I definitely want to make an invitation for anyone who's watching the live stream to jump over to Zoom, because this is where the action is happening. And you always want to be where the action is, right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Okay. Just letting you know, I'm not wrong. So I'm going to give you a moment to jump over from the live stream, and we're doing buddy system here. So look around the room and check for your buddies and see if there's someone missing that needs to be part of this shared experience, because that's really what this is. And what this is about is a shared experience. Now, I don't know what your expectations are being here tonight, but I hope they will be not only met, but exceeded. We're not expecting to finish your vision board tonight, okay? We want to get you started. And here's a little secret that I'm going to let you in on. You might feel bored at a certain section. We're going to cover a little bit of technical stuff for people who might not be as savvy as you. This is an important lesson to your Purium business, because we don't leave people behind. Okay. I want to see the leaders who have been here for a while. Are you going to give me the amen on that? Because, we have a whole group of people. You never know who's going to be joining you or what they need. So instead of being focused on just ourselves, what I want, what I need, how I want to do it, start thinking broader to the community. Because what I hear from a lot of you is that you want to make a difference in the world. Not just for yourself, not just for your family, but for your community and even further. So if you want to make that kind of difference, part of your skill set is going to become putting yourself in other people's shoes and being inclusive. And so that's part of what's going to happen tonight is we're going to make sure that all the people who need technical help are going to get it. Okay. And those of you who are more advanced, you can knock it out and get working and get moving, but we want to cater to the wide diversity that you see here on the screen. If somebody saw us broken down on the side of the road together, to be like, what are those people doing together, right? What do those people have in common? We have in common a shared mission and a shared vision, and we have some shared underlying values. So that's where we want to connect. And that's where we want to start today. So I got my glasses on because I want to set the tone for the vision, right? We're talking about doing a vision board and being able to set your intentions ahead of time. What do I mean by that? Well, come January, it's transformation season, and we're just about to head into eating season. Other people have different names for it. I call it eating season. So it's so important that we do this exercise before we hit Candy Day. That's what I call it. The end of the month, end of October, that's Candy Day. So we wanted to do a vision board to set our intentions for the next 14 months, not just the next 12. We're not going to wait until January when we're in transformation season to begin working on our vision. And it's so important because I live on an island surrounded by water. Anyone ever go swimming in the big wide ocean? There's a thing called a current, right? And the current, what's happening currently, if you are present, what happens currently is we're about to hit this eating season and we have traditions, we have routines, we have programming. That current will sweep you away if you don't know it's there. And so this is the moment to make your decision about what this season is going to be and what 2024 is going to be for you for the whole year. And what if you knew that 2024 would set the tone for your whole next decade? How would you approach getting into 2024, knowing that as soon as January 1 hits, whatever you do from that day on for the entire 365 days for 2024 was going to be growing from that seed that you planted, right? So we're going to make a seed today that we're going to plant in the ground. It's going to become your money tree seed. We talked about that on a previous Zoom. It's a seed to a money tree. And it's your seed and it's customizable. And I talked about, let me share my screen real quick so you can see this beautiful photo that I was able to get from a plumeria farm. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, I just love this photo. It's a seed pod for plumeria. And here's the thing, right? In actuality, what we want to do is take cuttings. Because if we plant that seed, we won't know for 2 to 5 years what it's going to grow. We don't know what color it's going to be or how it's going to smell 2 to 5 years from now is when we get to find out. But if you take a cutting, you can have beautiful plumerias that you know exactly which color and what scent within the first year. Anyone want to know what you're creating, what you're planting in the ground and what you're going to get, not just 2 to 5 years from now, but like now in this year? So that's what we want to do, is create that cutting that we're going to put in the ground. Okay. And I have some friends and some guests. I'm going to take these off. But just imagine these on your own face. Okay. Imagine your own lens that you're looking at your business through, that you're looking at this exercise through, because I'll tell you, it's multi-layered. If you have insight into not just having a transactional job where you can create income by selling pairing products and collecting commission, but you want to grow a residual income out of this and help make lasting changes so that not only do you get residual income, you create residual influence and have a residual impact. So you don't have somebody that just has a great result for 90 days, but it's something that is ongoing and lasting. So that's what we're here to do. That's what we're creating. That's what we're going to breathe into. And can I just tell you, before I came on, I was like, oh, I feel a little like nerves or something going on. I need a little pep me up. So I made like one of my favorite, this is like one of my favorite coffee shop drinks. It's like my shake that is like, if you want to feel decadent and like a treat, I use some almond milk and ice. And then I put, in Hawaii, we call them apple bananas. I think they're also known as manzano bananas. They're the small little tart apples, frozen apple bananas, not apples and bananas, but apple bananas, frozen apple bananas with rice bran solubles, with coffee shop protein, with coffee protein, and with MVP family. So that is something you'll want to try for yourself. So with that, I am going to show you a couple things, and let's see where my guests are, and hopefully they've all been made co-hosts. And I would love to, first of all, invite, I think I don't see her as co-host. Could we make Mary Beth a co-host? And what I'll do is I'll ask to unmute you, but Jasmine Linares, which is someone that you want to know and meet, I believe is on here and is going to put a link to some of our materials as we get started. And the first thing I want to ask you is drop me a C if you have Canva, drop me an N if not yet, because that's the first step you're going to want to do. So while we're having some of these examples set, you're going to want to have Canva up. I see lots of C's. I don't see any N's yet, but I got lots of C's. So if you have an N, this is your moment to download Canva on your device. And I'm going to recommend this. Join Zoom on a mobile device so that you can work Canva on your desktop if at all possible, or split your desktop so that you have Canva and Zoom together on the same screen, okay? Because I'll just tell you that Canva is a lot easier to navigate when you're on a desktop. It is possible to do on your mobile device, but it's just not quite as easy. So, Mary Beth, I am going to bring up your board and we're going to have a couple of examples. Can you see that? Let me get to my chat. And Mary Beth, I believe you are co-host, so which means you can unmute yourself. I'd love for you to share with us just a couple minutes about your board and the process about what you went through and how this is different than a regular vision board.
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. And first off, I just want to say thank you for, inviting me to do this, because when you shared this with the Fab, I was like, this is such a good idea. Because go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if you love vision boarding, if you feel like it's creative and fun. And I am definitely one of those people, but I often find myself not doing it because I don't necessarily have the time to gather all the magazines and cut out all the pictures. And it's a scene, right? It's a process. And so when you said, let's do it on Canva, I was like, oh, this is actually something I can do in a feasible amount of time. So I really enjoyed doing this exercise because unlike other vision boarding I've done, it was very focused. And there's 3 different prompts that you're going to be given in this exercise. And I got given the growth board. And so I was really able to hone in and focus on, where do I want to grow in 2024? And so some of the prompts that you asked me, Tracy, that were super helpful is, you said to me, when you think about who you need to become in this next year to create the life you want, what areas do you need to work on yourself? So not just the business, but all areas. Where do I need to work on myself? And what things do I need to do differently in order to attain the goals that I have for 2024? So that's really what my board is about, is honing in on those things. And my big vision for 2024 is to really jump into expansion. My goal is to take my business from 6 figures to 7 figures. So I have that 7 on there, but I know that in order to do that, it's going to require doing things I've never done before. And a mentor in this business once told me, if you want to get somewhere you've never been, you have to do things you've never done. And so I really took some time to think about that. And I have some images here, like these runners. This represents the Fast Start program. I would love to see my team really accelerate in the Fast Start, and even double the amount of Fast Start bonuses that we're helping people achieve. I've got some diamonds here because I really want to see 10 to 15 new diamonds at Diamond Club next year and expand what I think is possible. I have this person levitating here because that's something I've never done, and many people think it's impossible. So I'm reminding myself that if you can think it, you can do it. When there's a will, there's a way. So that image is encouraging me to expand outside of my comfort zone and remember that anything's possible. So my board is really focused around team. It's really focused around growing my leadership. That's somewhere that I really want to grow this year. And I know when I grow, that opens a door and a pathway for my teammates to grow to the next level too. So these are just all images that I'm going to keep looking at. The red image is be bold. And this phrase that keeps coming back to me after reflecting on those questions you asked me, Tracy, is what would courage do? And I know this business requires courage, right? It requires stepping out of our comfort zone, expanding past what we know is possible. And so anytime and moving into 2024 where scarcity or fear or, oh, I don't know if I can do that comes in, I'm going to continue to ask myself, what would courage do? So this was so much fun for me. And I I really loved how I was able to focus in on this growth topic and really apply it specifically to this business as well, not just my life. So that's a little download on my board. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to, put your board together and to really, talk through the different questions. And I hope everybody was really listening to how to frame it for themselves as they go through their own boards and, deciding what those things need to be is, we usually just go straight for results. And now we're making sort of a roadmap of how do I fill the gap? Right? How do I get from where I am to where I want to be? Who do I need to become? What would courage do? All the different questions you're kind of hearing, you'll hear from the different crowns that are here to talk you through what they put together for their board. So thank you for taking the time to share with us. And I think I have Sonia's board next. And let me share that. And Sonia, I think you're a co-host that you can come off and share with us what you want to share on your gratitude board and how this might have been different than a normal vision board in this process.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tracie. I love this process and this exercise. And gratitude, I'm a big proponent of gratitude and having a gratitude practice every single day, because that's what really I feel helps to strengthen our mindset and our outlook and our positivity, and it pushes out negative thoughts. Sometimes we can get those thoughts in this business if we get discouraged. So gratitude is when I did mine, I was looking at all the things, obviously, that I'm extremely grateful and appreciative of. And so many of them have to do with Purium. And that's where I feel that, if we do have an obstacle or we do have something that maybe could potentially derail us or get us discouraged, we need to really look at all the things, like how far we've come, the things that we do have in our business, the things that are happening on our team that are positive, that we can focus on those things. So on my board, obviously front and center, I have Dougie Fresh, because it is awesome to have been married to, we've been married 25 years. And this year, and he's just amazing. And he's such a supportive husband in the business too. He's amazing across the board, but also a very supportive husband and a big part of my success in this business. And top left is our team. That was from Diamond Club. And I couldn't fit it in correctly to get the whole picture, but we had so many people on Diamond Club. So gratitude for our team, our entire team. They're what makes everything happen. And that so many got to be at Diamond Club, and gratitude for our incredible crown leaders on our team, Melissa, Christine, Michelle Boersma, and how so many of those team members who were at Diamond Club were in their business. Dave and Amy, extreme gratitude for Dave and Amy and this company. I would not want to be anywhere else. Dave and Amy are owners like you will find in no other company. They, like Leslie says, they really do appreciate the field, and they're always for us. They're always for what's best for us, for the field. So being in a company with owners like that is incredible. Right below them is the delicious Power Shake and superfoods that we have, best in class products. So we can always be so proud of what we have to offer people with these products and with the business, how this business changes lives. So I have so much gratitude for that. And to the right of that is our house, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you, Purium, a block and a half from open water and beautiful walk to see the sunrise every day. And then to the right of that is that sunrise from this morning, to the right of me and Doug. And to the right of that is me working on my laptop at the waterfront down the street. So that's just, gratitude for being able to have a location independent business, being able to do this business from anywhere in the world. And we were driving back from Tampa today, sitting in bumper to bumper traffic. And all I could think of was, I am so grateful that I don't ever have to do this again, that I don't have to commute and sit in traffic. And upper right is our family. I'm very grateful for that, because when I was in real estate, working crazy hours, nights and weekends, I could not take time off and be with family. like I could recently when Doug's dad came to visit and all the kids and grandkids are there. So that's another aspect of Purion that I'm so grateful for, that we have this freedom where we are able to spend time with the people who matter most. And we have the ability to make an incredible income with this company to be able to do the things that matter to us most and be with those people and help the people that we want to help too. So that, and then of course our pets. So that kind of wraps it up, but you know, grateful to have our pets and grateful. We recently had to take them to the vet, grateful to be able to afford that, because that can be very expensive to have a business where, again, we are in control of how much we make, our income based on the effort that we want to put in.
Wow. Well, happy anniversary and congratulations. And you
Thank
could
you.
definitely feel the love from your board. And like you said, that is so much of what helps move us forward, is having that gratitude. Is there anything you want to say about how different this process is than just a normal vision board?
Well, I mean, I really like that it's digital, just the, you know, as far as the mechanism of it, I really like that it's digital and it's easy to refer to. Having it on your phone or your device, you can look at this multiple times a day. You don't, I mean, no, wherever you're at, you've got it with you. You don't have to go find it in your house or pull it out or anything. I mean, post it somewhere. But yeah, I love that. I want to thank you, Tracie, for doing this. I know this was a lot of work and setting all this up and making these templates. So thank you so much for that. It's awesome.
Oh, such my pleasure. And thanks for coming on and sharing your wisdom and your voice. And that great tip of this is going to be a vision board that is living and breathing and that you can take with you everywhere and make it your screensaver, make it on your phone homepage or everywhere that you want to be reminded. So thanks so much for that. And I have another board to share with you. I hope you guys getting inspired? Drop some comments if you've been inspired already as we move to more of these examples. Here we go. I think, is this the right one? All right, I got Coach Caro's board is up next, and let me share that with you. I think your co-host that you can let yourself be unmuted.
Here I am. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Tracie, for bringing this up. Just like Sonia said, this is incredible because it's portable. It's a portable vision board, and I've done many vision boards in the past, and we have a blessing here because we can take it on our phone. I have one of my brand partners, Alexis. He actually made her board and she put it at her as her wallpaper in her phone. So every time she opens her phone, she actually gets to see her dreams and her aspirations to achieve. So that's so beautiful. And one thing that I learned many years ago from one of my mentors is lead from the future and act on the now. Start visualizing those things that you want to create. I start acting like that person that you want to become now. And the law of attraction and manifestation is going to allow you to start creating that today. So this past weekend, I had the opportunity and really a blessing to be part of a community of a million people. And this community started maybe like 2-3 years ago. They really started going big in 1 year. And we met at the park. We had about 400 people that registered. And I started talking to the main leader. And then I said, wow, if he did it, I can do it too. Ra knew this guy from when he used to work at his garage and had no community, nobody. And within a year, now he has 1 million people in his community. And I was at the end of the event, most people left, but I said, I want to take a group photo. And I started collecting people. Hey, come and take a group photo. And we had maybe 400 people. I don't know how many people were in that photo. And I was like, wow, if he did it like this, I could do it too. And then later that evening, I got to talk to him and he showed me his vision board. And he literally wrote, I want to create a community of 1 million people around the world. And I'm not going to focus when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. I'm just going to focus on being in service and being of service every single day. And boom, it happened. So I put that picture in there because I was so inspired. And I said, wow, if they did this, I could do it too. Another things that I added in here as results in this journey of network marketing, we're taught how to become presenters, communicators, salespeople. We learn so many different skill sets that help us. And I find great pleasure in speaking. And speaking has always been one of my fears because I speak multiple languages and English is one of them. So I always say, oh, I don't speak English that good enough to speak in big stages. And then I said when I was doing this vision board, I want to speak in big stages, and I'm getting over that fear of my English is not good enough to be able to speak to everyone. The other thing that I added in the vision board is a house. A lot of you guys know I'm an architect, and I always wanted to design a place for my parents. And I said, why not? And make it bigger. I called my mom and I asked, Mom, how would your dream house look like? And she said, oh, maybe like 2 bedrooms. And I'm like, why 2 bedrooms? Don't you want Dad to play his guitar in his own like sound studio at the house? Don't you want this and that? And she's like, oh yeah, that would be nice. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. So I put a big house and I said, it would be dream big, dream big. One of my mentors said, how much money you want to make? Now triple it. And I was like, wow, are you kidding me? And then he's like, now triple it again. And I'm like, okay, this is too much. And he's like, it's not too much. Why do you think that it's too much? Right? Because we have that limiting belief that perhaps we're not worthy of that abundance. Handstands. I always wanted to get handstands. I've been on that handstand journey for a long time. So I said, okay, I'm going to put it in there. YouTube channel. I started a new project that I'm working on, and right now I'm watching the convention, the YouTube convention and all of that. So I was like, okay, this vision board doesn't have to happen in 12 months or 24 months. Actually, Bill Gates, he says that most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 3 years. So that really stays with me every single time. I'm definitely underestimating what I could do in 3 years from now, radically change my life. Another thing that this business has allowed me to do, and I know I will keep on doing, is traveling and picking up and taking our business with us. And wherever we are on business. So we're in business everywhere. Like when I was in that park, I was in business. I was doing the events and the whole thing, but I was also in business. Being in nature, that's another thing that I love, reconnecting back to nature with our foods and actually being and putting my feet in the soils and seeing the sunrise and the sunset, being able to wake up at whatever time I want. It's such a blessing that we have with our business. And that's a little bit about my vision board. One thing that I always notice is that when I start thinking about something in my vision board, I start seeing it everywhere. Right? Because we activate that reticular activating system in our brain that tells our brain what to see and notice in the world. And I'm not sure if you guys ever thought like, oh, I want to buy a yellow car. And then all you see in the street are yellow cars. Right? Like when you start thinking of these things, you start bringing them into your field, and it helps you to create it, to bring it into that reality. So that's a little bit about me and that emotional connection that we put when we're looking at these photos and we're creating these feelings and the stimuli in our brain, the psychological technique that's being documented, that when we focus on the things that we want and we experience that feeling of joy, excitement, motivation, it can help us to take action. So thank you so much, Tracie.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Carol. I really appreciate your wisdom and you sharing all the components of your board and even the time frame of when it's good to think about not just right now in this moment, but really where I'm headed. So that's great advice. Thanks. Thanks so much for sharing. And I know you're going to be one of our helpers with the technical part as well. So looking forward to having you as part of that. And then, so there's been a link that's dropped in the chat. So here's what we're going to do next is I have somebody that's going to come on. We had some of our crown leaders. I have a Black diamond who, we're going to do a little bit of coaching so that you get some more insight into how the 3 components of the board work together. And then my recommendation is when you're done with all 3 boards, that you put them into a collage so that you have all 3 components, as well as having them individually that you can focus on the different parts of it, but they really work together as a whole, not isolated as individual components, right? So we're going to talk about some of these things, but let me get us into Canva while we start to do some of this coaching. And then we have a special treat for you. We're going to actually do some breakout rooms so that you get to be in a little smaller group with people. And I'm going to share, let me grab the link real quick from Canva. And this is also, if you're on another device and you don't have handoff, which is an iPhone thing. I don't know what is called in Android, but if you can't copy and paste between your devices, you can go to the events page, and maybe Jasmine could drop us a link to the event page where we can grab some of these resources. If you're on another device, you can go straight to that events page, but that's where you can find the template itself. And then let me share one more time. Okay, I got it now. And Alec Rubin is one of our Black Diamonds. Welcome, Alec. Thanks for preparing your board. And let me see, I think I have the wrong board. Let me find your board real quick, but would love to hear about the process for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, thank you, team and corporate, and so honored to be able to speak alongside such inspiring women who have just taken their business to new heights and show all of us what is possible. So I'm honored to be able to be here. And, personally, I love the vision. I have a great vision for my life, what Purium's allowed me to vision. I used to feel like I couldn't afford to dream, being a once upon a time struggling yoga teacher teaching 20 classes a week. Until Purium came into my life, I was able to vision. But I don't really like, and in the past, I haven't enjoyed buying $100 worth of magazines and looking at old books that I'm now going to destroy and paste them and get glue all over my hands. I just was never into that. That wasn't my thing. I'm a digital nomad. I am a millennial. If it can be on the internet, we're cool. So this is cool to me. I love it. It's at my fingertips. And plus, if you don't know Canva, then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, there's literally infinite amount of images and photos, and you also can use the images in your phone, and there's unlimited content, and it costs this much. So I'm about that free 99 life. And when we think about growth, it's like, what do I need to work on to become who I need to be in order to have the life that I want? And you can replace those I's with you. And what do I need to do to achieve to get access to those results? The growth is more of the how, the what to do, the who to be. And so, when I think about that for myself, when I was putting this together, I find that listening was the first thing that came to mind. When I'm listening and I'm listening to the person before me, I'm gaining a level of presence and I'm gaining their trust. And in that listening, that is the optimal skill into all levels of leadership, no matter whether you're a consultant or whether you are to be a royal crown, right? And so then right to the right of those, you see those zeros and ones. I don't really consider myself a numbers guy. However, I love making money and I enjoy being able to know where my numbers are at. So that's about knowing the numbers of my business. If you don't go into your back office every day, time to start doing that. And I remember when I started to do that, and I slowly but surely started to watch those numbers multiply and increase every single day. And that's a joy for me. Online presence. I'm talking about social media, but I'm also talking about presence on Zoom, presence in one-on-one conversations, presence with my team members, with my prospects, with everything and all. So presence to me is that growth into next level leadership. And then that next one, there's a man holding a mic. In 2019, I was so blessed to be able to speak on stage at our last official big convention we ever had, which is pretty cool. And that awakened something in me that told me that I'm on the right path. I'm meant to speak on stages, to be able to embody more levels of team leadership and support my team, that man helping the other man up the step, or that woman up the step, that human up the step, right? And so that's been really important to me because, you know, in this business and really in life, I'm not winning unless I'm helping my people win. That Taurus effect, you know, where you win when I win. Focus. Multitasking is a disease of my past, and I'm doing the best of my ability to maintain and follow one course until successful. So multitasking is not the answer. Focusing on one task is the win-win scenario. And then that is my beautiful, beloved Annie. We just celebrated 3 years. And so, you know, when I think about growth, a big edge for me, and I'll be vulnerable with sharing this, I am in the past haven't been great at budgeting. And so saving money and budgeting money is a big edge for me. And that's a huge growth edge for me. And so I vulnerably share that with you. And then down to the bottom left, I'm a part of an amazing group nationally with Sacred Sons, and men's work is something that allows me to grow into the best father to be one day, son to my mother and my parents, brother, entrepreneur, mentee, and mentor. And so continuing to doing that work is great. And then going through solutions, not problems, and being in prayer, networking, content, niche focused, and speaking it all from the mountain, and being able to be proud of being a professional network marketer. So that's kind of my growth board and where I was coming from, Tracie.
I really appreciate that. And the conversation we started to have was the debt-free is probably more so on the results board, right? So when you look at growth, sometimes we can get a little bit confused. Growth is who I need to be and what I need to do to get to where I want to go. And so what we talked about was maybe instead of debt-free going there, it would be more so budgeting or learning personal finance. There's a gap there to bridge from where you are to where you want to be, and where you want to be is debt-free. So I hope that's making sense to everyone in terms of how you look at going from one board to the next board and what belongs where. And so what I'd love for you to do is make sure that you grab that link to the Canva template, and we're going to put you in some breakout rooms, and all you need to do is accept the invitation to join the room. And then those who are my co-hosts are not going to be put in a room. We're going to talk for just 1 second, but basically once you get into the room, your job is to get your Canva up. Okay, get the link up and into your Canva as that first step, and then we will meet you. Somebody will come to your room and help you out. Okay, does that sound good? Hang on to your hair. If you've not been in a breakout room, you're about to be Harry Pottered, and you're about to end up somewhere where you're not right now. So hang on to your hair. Here we go. Oops. Okay, so as everybody's accepting their rooms, is those of us who are co-hosts can move from room to room. And so ideally there's at least 5 of us that can move from room to room. So I made 5 rooms so that we could do that. And the first most important thing is that the template, as you know, since you did one, starts off locked. And so you can lock and unlock at the page level, and you can lock and unlock components within that page. So the idea is to really just technically help people. And then, you know, you're all leaders too. So just like the coaching I did with Alec, if somebody wants to be talked through, you know, some people have a harder time with not being so literal and finding an image that fits what they want or need. So I'll invite you to just go ahead and join a room. If you see somebody's already from this group of co-hosts have already joined a room, to join a different room. So the ones who are co-hosting a room are Naeva is going to help, Sonia's going to help, Carol's going to help, I'm going to help. And I think, Jasmine, are you there too?
Tracie, can you drop the link to the Canva template in the chat?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So. I'm going to assign the people who have not been assigned to rooms. So if you'll just join a room. And then I'm assigning those of you who have not been put into a room. So Naiva, you can jump into a room, please. And let's see the rest of you. Let me assign you to a room. And Mary Beth, you're able to navigate around, so feel free to join any room. Jasmine, if you're open to joining a room to check in on someone that doesn't have, I see that you're still here in this room. Thank you, Jasmine. Welcome back. We are closing out the rooms. They're all going to close themselves in 37 seconds, and then we'll put you back there, but wanted to bring everyone back for a moment to do a demo that everyone could watch, because I hear there's a little bit of confusion with the locking. So just wanted to bring everybody here. And as soon as everyone's back in 20 seconds, we'll do a quick demo and then put you back in your room, wherever you came from. How cool is that? Okay. All right, we got 10 more seconds before everybody is forced to join us back in the main room for us to do this demo real quick, for everyone to have the same demo at the same time, which I did for one of the rooms. And I think it will be helpful for everyone. Okay, I think we're back, and we're back. Okay, so let me do a quick screen share for those of you who are having trouble with the unlocking. And what I'm going to show you is I have my account, that is my Canva account, but I also have a brand spanking new, I just created a new account today. That's a free account. That is not where I created this template, so that you can see exactly what the process is like. Okay, so let me share my desktop so I can navigate the different screens. All right, so let me come here and grab the same link that was in, I can't see the link because I'm sharing, but there we go. Here's the link that was dropped for the Canva template. Okay, and as soon as you click it, it gives you a template was created by me and shared with you. And so start designing now. As soon as you click this button that says use template for new design, it becomes yours. Okay, it's no longer mine. So once you click this, it's in your account for you to use. And it pops up like this, and I'm going to close this sidebar for you. And here is the board. Now, if you try to click anything, it'll say it's locked. If I click here, it has a lock here. It cannot be edited, right? What you're going to want to do is, if you're brand new, you're going to come to apps and say you want to go to photos, and you could drop a photo, except it's locked, right? It says page is locked, unlocked to continue. Each page has a lock icon, a padlock icon right here. So each page has to be unlocked, but within each page, there are components. So even if I unlock this page, this component is still locked. But what I can do is, once this page is unlocked, and again, you have to unlock each of the different pages that you want to edit on, then now I can drop one of these, and my cursor has to be on the place where the photo is, there's a spot for it. So when I put my cursor there, or if I don't have it anywhere, it'll just be a big picture in the middle of everywhere. Okay, so I don't want that. And I'm gonna delete that. Quick tip, if I drop this somewhere, in order to delete it, if I delete it, it deletes the space where the photo was supposed to be too. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to click this, double click or right click, whatever your alternate menu system is for your computer, and detach the image first before I can then delete it. Okay, so you can add text, so you can add emojis, you can add elements. So if I want to decorate my board, and this is my vision board, and I want to have my glasses on it. Oh, I didn't unlock it. Didn't take because I didn't unlock that page. I've unlocked it now. And now I can drop this on here. I can resize it and put it where I want, and I can decorate my board. Okay. So unlocking and locking at the page level, unlocking and locking at the component level, and then adding different components. And so from this point, the people who were in your room with technical help should be able to help you from there, but just wanted everyone to get the demo. So please accept your breakout room invitation to go back to the room that you were in. If you right click PE, if you right click to get your alternate menu on the side, there's a option to detach image. Okay, here you go back to your room. Naiva, you can jump into a room as a co-host. You can go back to the room you were in. You're muted, so I don't know if you're talking to me. Jennifer, could you please make Naiva's other account a co-host, please? Barbara, did you get your invitation to join a room? There should be an invitation for you to accept. Welcome back. Welcome back. The rooms are going to kick everybody out in a little bit, but welcome back. I hope that this got you started on your vision board. I hope a lot of your questions were answered from a technical standpoint. I hope you got some coaching. So we'll wait just a few more seconds for everyone to rejoin us, but I appreciate you staying on. I know we're a little over our time. We need to make a Zoom like this at least 90 minutes or like set aside a couple of hours for it to just be a special event on its own. But this was our first one. So if you loved it, if you enjoyed it, please let corporate know that we want to do more of these types of events. If you didn't, then no worries. We appreciated you coming anyway. Okay, so our breakout rooms are closed and you are those who remain. I appreciate you remaining. And I'll just tell you, right? Who's supposed to be here is here. And it's always, we work with whoever it is that shows up because those are the people making magic happen. And you're one of those. So I appreciate you taking your vision board seriously to set intentions for it. I want to thank all of the crowns and the leaders who were helping from the technical standpoint of getting you started. I hope you got the coaching that you need. And then to encourage you to not just screenshot it and keep it for yourself, but to talk about it. So if you're a leader, talk with your team about it. Get them this board if they weren't here. And if you're someone who has an up team, then go to your up team and share with them what's on your board so that we can help you as your mentor, as your coach, to really help you achieve what you're setting out to do for these next 14 months. So again, just want to say love and aloha to each and every one of you for sharing in the Purium mission to know that we need so many more people. We need to reach more people faster. And you're the people to help us do that. Help us find the people who are going to help us find more people faster too. So with that, I would love, I'm just going to share this hashtag, right? It's not an official hashtag, but I would love for you to share PHP Vision 2024. PHP Vision 2024, so that we can go out and look at your vision boards as you go out and share what meaning it has to you. And we can know that this exercise, this activity, this shared experience was meaningful. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your up team or to me directly, and look forward to seeing what you create both on your board and in your real life. Love and aloha for now.
Thank you so much, Tracie. This was absolutely incredible. And thank you to Sonia and Mary Beth and Carolina and Alec for sharing their vision boards with us. Make sure you go out and do that. Another thing to think about your vision with Purium is I wanted to make sure everyone knows that there is a Transformation Now special that is going on right now. If you purchase the Transformation Now, that's 3 ULTs or any UBT pack between now and the end of the month. Not only do you get the 3 hand blenders, you're also going to get 3 pouches of 5 servings of Power Shake, and we're throwing in an extra 250 GQV. So I want to make everyone know that that's a special that's going on to get you prepared for that community watch, the sharing of the my mind's gone blank, the movie sharing of on November 4th of Kiss the Ground, the watch party. So that's one of the specials that's going on. And Tracie, thank you so very much for this training. And I think you're right, it does need a bigger time slot next time. It was absolutely incredible. You know, I've only ever done 1 or 2 vision boards in my life, and I think this is the way to do it. I love the eco-friendly version. I love that it can be wallpaper on a phone or a screensaver on a laptop. So hopefully with that hashtag PHP Vision, Vision 2024,
Yes.
go out there and share your vision board so we can all see it. And so Tracie can see what this is inspired. Thank you so much, Tracie. I love this. And I'll let you say the last words again. Say goodbye.
Oh, well, thank you, Debbie. And of course, I'm like, oh, I feel a little pressured to get off, but I think exactly what you shared about the special. I mean, for those of us who are slow at math, that's 1,000 total volume points when you're doing the Transformation Now with the special. And then it becomes another over 1,000 points when you turn them over in person in a week. It's like way more, right? So it's strategic, and it's not just for today, but it's for your future, right? And that's kind of the whole kit and caboodle with not just being transactional and selling a product for commission, but really growing a residual income business that has residual influence and results too. So I really appreciate you spending the time with us and staying with us, Debbie, and participating with us. And I also wanted to shout out to Jasmine. She's also an unsung hero that's often in the background, doing administrative things or making things happen in the back or doing our what's new and all of those things. And, her technical support was invaluable today as well. So thank you, Jasmine. And Jennifer too, who's writing all the recordings and all the things that, you don't get to see their faces or hear their names often, but I'm glad you're in the front now, Debbie. And I want to appreciate Tevye. Thanks for, doing the tunes for us and setting the vibe and helping co-host that way as well. So yeah, absolutely. Sonia, Caro, Jasmine, Naeva, Debbie, so many people out here helping. I don't know if I said Naeva, but, just making sure we don't miss anybody, and Alec for sharing. So I appreciate everyone for coming and sharing in this mission and vision, because it's not just, oh, I show up at this time and that's the work. It's not the work. This is the work, right? So we're setting our intentions and not going with the current and deciding how this holiday season is going to be different so that our whole life can be different. If we do the same thing we've always done, then we get what we always got. So it's time to, we're passing the baton from generation to generation. We are the living, breathing ancestors. So it's our turn to recreate whatever patterns and rituals and habits that we have to pass on forward and to preserve and enhance what we have. So with that, again, love and aloha, everyone.
Soul and mind.